I'm Donnie Bronson, part of the creative team behind 2.8 Hours Later Asylum, and you may remember me from such makeup videos as "Look Mom, no head." So here's the list of things you're going to need. First off, some foundation and some white face paint for that all-important base layer. Then in is the red face paint and some tinges, blue and brown, to get that tone just right. Following on from there, we've got some black and some grey for those all-important under-eye shadows. Don't use too much. Then there's some glycerin blood, some bottles, an assortment of sponges, and a big bowl. Okay, now it's time to mix up some blood. You're going to need the bowl, bottle of water, and a selection of face paints. For about a litre of water, let's just drop that straight into the bowl. Yeah. The easiest way to do this is just to immerse a tablet of red straight into the bowl there. With your brush, just rotate. So the first stage is to get the consistency right with the red face paint, and then we'll add pigment in. Okay, so this batch of blood is looking good now. The consistency is just about right. As you can see, I just take that blood there, and just drop that into the back of your hand. You see it runs, but not too quick. Not too quick. That's the important thing. You need to be able to leave a trail of red behind. Next up is brown pigments. Now the important thing here is just to use a little bit. Use a lot of brown and you're going to look pretty bad. Tiny amount of brown. Brown, mix it in. It's really easy to use too much, so be very, very careful. So the blood colour we're looking for here is venal blood. We're looking for blood which has done its job and is looking a bit tired and dark. One more splattering. Okay, so we're just taking the edge off that bright red there. Now what we need to do is to change the colour tone a little. For that we'll use the blue. And again, the same way as with the brown, you need to use a tiny amount of this. So the blood is it's a good colour and a good consistency now. This should stick to the skin as it rolls down from people's eyes. And also, it'll dry when it hits there as well. So that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Let's just pour some of this blood into the bottle. The bottles are the most useful applicators. And then for the next batch, we're going to do the same thing again. We're using this glycerin as a base. We'll come to why we're using that in the next part. Okay, here we go. Now we're prepped, we're ready to go. We have the lovely Katrina, we have our equipment set up, so let's get onto the face. A little bit of a light base, we've got some foundation here, just going to get that out. We're going to mix the foundation with a little bit of white face paints. What we're mixing to here, we're trying to mix to somebody's complexion. So the idea is we're going to take them down a few tones so they look sickly. Now they're not meant to be looking white face, so we're just trying to get that colour just right. Remember, always use a clean sponge. Okay, so now we're going to make sure we're going to cover all of the exposed skin and flesh. Just take it down to that nice base colour. So now you can see that all the exposed flesh taken down a tone. Okay, so don't go crazy on that base. We don't want a mime doll. Okay, that's better. Just the right amount of base. Now we're going to apply a light shading to those eyes. Uh-oh, not too much. We don't want them panda eyes. Okay, there we go, just right. Now it's time for the fun part, the blood. Okay, so let's head over to the splatter booth where all blood needs to be applied to stop it from spreading everywhere. And here we go, we have some blood. Get straight in. Whoa, here we go. Let's see, let's get a little bit, just a little drop there. And you just let that run, head down. See how naturally that runs. Fantastic, okay. So our zombies are infection-based zombies, which means they bleed from the ears, eyes, nose, occasionally the anus, but occasionally. And that's stage 1 of the blood. Now you may want to use some gloves for this, but what you're going to do, you're going to take some blood onto your fingers in the splatter booth. Boom! There it is. Splatter. Disgusting. Fantastic. Look at that. Okay. And that gory effect is all we need from here. Okay, so now it's time to bloody up that body. For this we're going to use the glycerin blood we made earlier on. Remember, we made this the same way as the face blood, just with the glycerin instead. So here we go. A few flicks. There we go. No need to go overboard here. Just a few flicks will do. We've got the basic base now with Cat. None of the neck, no closed blood, nothing on the arms here. No time for shadows when you've got over 100 people queuing outside, so it's straight from base to blood. Using a natural sponge this time, you can just get some nice blood effects quite quickly onto there. This. Here we go. Real quick, bang, you're out. If you've got time, little flick, there we go. And that's it, that's your player face. Okay, so that's it. That's how we make our infected player makeup and our type 1 and type 2 zombie makeup. So make sure you tune in next time and we'll be showing you how to make edible gore.